we got in a little bit of new swag. We got some guitar picks here, which I'm going to be giving these out via our Facebook page. So if you're not following our Facebook page, be sure to do so because I'm going to start giving stuff like this out. Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today we are not on location. We're doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be off the road for the next few weeks, and I just wanted to do kind of some different types of videos. A little bit more getting to know me, a little bit more showing you some of the local history that we've uncovered, and just a little bit of different type of stuff, because after the first of the year, we're going to go a lot of new places, a lot of cool places. There's going to be some changes with the channel. All of it are going to be good. But I want to show you around because right now we are in my home studio. This is where I edit a lot of my videos. I've never shown it to you before, and this is kind of a sneak peek because this is the studio that I've called home for about the last 10 months. I will call it home for at least the next 2. After that, I'm not really sure where life's going to take me, but I'll always keep you in the loop. But let's check out a couple of things. Maybe it's too early for this, maybe it's not. But I have a Christmas tree here that it's a couple of feet tall, but it helps keep me jolly for the seasons. And every once in a while I'll do a live stream from the office. If I'm doing that, I'm sitting here on this couch that is, this was kind of a piece of garbage. We bought it for $100 on Amazon. It was meant to be kind of a spare, but it whenever you sit on this thing, the sides come off of it, and it's really a piece of garbage. But it's too heavy to heave out into the street, so it sits in my office, and I sit on here when I do live streams. But I have this sign that I made up on the wall back behind here, along with the 100,000 subscriber plaque that I've been asked about a few times. And we also received this. This is a desktop version of the same thing. And it is presented to the channel. Congratulations on passing 100,000 subscribers. So a big thank you to all of you that have followed this channel. I appreciate you all. And I want to try to start doing something just a little bit different on this channel come the new year. Now I'm actually sitting on this garbage couch. And if you wanted to know what I meant by this, this is the side of the couch, and it actually just kind of fell off as I'm doing this. But now here's what I wanted to do for the new year. Throughout the last 5 years since I've been on this channel, I started off and I was really shy about talking to the audience. I did everything documentary style. I will still do some things like that, but there's a lot of other things that I'd like to do, I guess kind of vlog style, because I have a lot of interesting experience, I guess you should say, and stories from Hollywood, from, a lot of things related to history and all that kind of stuff. And I want to share a lot more of those personal stories with you, because most of the people where if I show you their grave sites or a former home of an older star, a lot of times, especially if it's somebody that passed away in the last 10 or 15 years, a lot of those people I have personal stories about. I have met a lot of those people. In some cases, I've worked with a lot of those people. So I'm going to start sharing a few more of those stories instead of just giving you the facts that anybody can look up. So that's one thing that I want to change. And I want to start showing you a little bit more about some of the day-to-day things that we do. When I'm not doing this channel, there's quite a few other things that I do. I do work a regular job. I started as an internet startup company about 20 years ago. I've been with that company for 20 years, and it's been one of those kind of jobs that I never really wanted to leave because they always treated me so well. I was one of the first people that was with this company, and they have always worked with me when it came to if I was going to go and work on a film or whatever else, in terms of just letting me leave and go do my thing and then coming back. And it's always been some stability because, a lot of other things really are not that stable. But that's just a little bit more background, and there's going to be a little bit more coming up about that in the after the new year. Now, usually in your office, you need something that's going to inspire you. Oddly enough, this is something that kind of did. It has the Grauman's Chinese Theater right there, that is a famous landmark in Los Angeles, the Hollywood sign. And then down here is a whole bunch of Disney characters, because that kind of throws me back into childhood. I have a lot of good memories of Disneyland, and oddly enough, where I'm at right now, I live within about an hour of Disney World, so I do go there every once in a while. I'm not obsessed with it like a lot of people are down here, but I do enjoy going there. I like to get my steps in, kind of reliving your youth a little bit, going on some of the rides. So if you ever want to see any more of that type of stuff, let me know in the comments also. This is a little look at downtown Ocala, Florida. This is about the closest to civilization as there is, at least for where I'm currently located. And it's also known as the horse capital of the world. So they have these types of horse statues all over town. Here's a look at some of the downtown buildings. This right here is Grandpa Joe's Candy Shop. It's kind of the wall drug of the area. They have signs advertising the world famous $5 candy buffet. There's signs on the highway coming in. It's a really cool place to come if you ever find yourself here. This is Harry's Seafood. This is the Marion Block building, built in 1885. It's a pretty historic square. And there's a Grinch here. Now, this is a fun and interesting city, and there's a lot of history here. And there is a really famous resident here by the name of John Travolta. You may have heard of him. He lives not too far away from where we're at right now. And let me show you one of the places that I have heard that he goes. That is Mark's Prime Steakhouse on the corner. And that is a place that John Travolta does go. I heard him talking about that a couple different times in interviews. And that's also kind of the upscale steakhouse in the area. I have not been yet. One of my favorite things here is just off the town square. They're starting to put together everything for the holiday festivities. They have a big light up festival this weekend, actually. But it kind of feels like going back in time, because they still have, the road here is still made of brick. And this right here is the Marion Theater. And this looks beautiful at night. It's usually all lit up. And they play classic movies here for $5. Sometimes they have comedians there, other random things. We have the Mellow Mushroom on the other side of the street. Trees here are just beautiful. Right now we are at historic Greenwood Cemetery just outside of town. And if you're curious what kind of things I do when I'm not filming videos, a lot of times if you've ever visited the site findagrave.com and you see listings for people that are laid to rest in cemeteries and you see photos, I do go around sometimes, and when I do visit these cemeteries, I will, if I find them or I'm able to locate them, I will fulfill requests for people that have had family pass and they're buried in a place where they're not living, and they want to be able to see their loved one's tombstone. That's one of the things that I do when I visit these places. So today I am done with work and everything else, and just wanted to get out and get a little bit of exercise. So I'm going to be going through and fulfilling some requests on Find a Grave. There's not a name attached to this one, it just says Our Baby. And some of these gravestones and burial locations have not been kept up the greatest. Now, one of the other questions that I'm asked quite a bit is whether or not how often I'm on the road. And basically, I post a video on the YouTube channel once, maybe twice a week. And I do post reels pretty much every day on one platform or another. But basically what happens is usually I'm on the road maybe once a month, and I will plot out how many locations I want to visit, and I will shoot enough video within that trip to last me the entire month, unless I have more than one trip planned. When I'm not working or have other obligations, my biggest passion, my biggest hobby is tracking down history, whether that be Hollywood, whether that be presidential locations, all of that. That's what I love to do on my free time. Sometimes I have more free time than others, but that's basically how it works. I'll plan a location to a city, I'll go to LA and I'll do, 10, 15 locations. Same thing happens if I go to a museum. Sometimes I'll do it in 2 parts. And I'll break it down, and if I see something that's more interesting than others, I might make a reel or a short, something like that. So that's pretty much how I do this. Now, if any of you have ever done any volunteering and looked up graves and tried to fulfill requests before, you will know that there's a lot of people with very common names. And a lot of times when you can find a certain headstone of somebody with the same last name that you're looking for, you might be able to look in a family plot and find them rather easily. However, if they have a name like Smith, there could be 20, 30, 40 families within one cemetery. So sometimes it's really easy to find a couple of names to upload on there. Sometimes you're looking for a decent amount of time and you're not able to find the people that you're hoping to find. Now, one of the things that's nice about doing this is the fact that you really want to be able to help people that ask for a lot of these, because I know that there's been people even in my family that I've seen requests for that are in states that that I still have not been to, and people will walk through a cemetery, they'll see a name with a request, they'll take a picture of it, they'll upload it, and then loved ones wherever they're at can see that gravestone. But that's one of the things that I try to do when I visit cemeteries. And if any of you volunteer to do that, please leave a comment so I know that you're doing it too. Francis Marion Frank Estes, 1906 to 1976. Looks like this one here is still decorated from Halloween. You have to love this. This one has some very nice Halloween decorations. They even put stickers on this one saying, "Get out. Happy Halloween." Now, hopefully you learned a little something off of this video, maybe getting to know a little bit more about me and what I do with this channel. And, that's part of the thing. That's the hardest thing to do on this channel, is to connect with the audience. Because for so long I was doing things documentary style, and I want my personality to be able to start coming through a little bit more than it has been, and that's one of my goals for next year, to be able to tell more personal stories, to be able to connect a little bit better. But as always, if you have any comments, any suggestions, please leave a comment. Let me know what you like, what you don't like, what you'd like to see, and all that. But that's all there is for today. So thanks so much for watching, and stay tuned, because there's going to be a lot of really good locations coming your way after the new year, and maybe even a few before. So thanks so much for watching. We'll catch you later. Have a good one, everybody.